everybody. I am sitting here with the Borah Lions. If you guys could take a moment and just introduce yourself on the microphone, that'd be wonderful.
I'm Bryant Reed. I'm a junior.
Titus Johnson, and I'm a senior this year.
Yeah, I'm Ty Horrocks. I'm the head coach for Borah.
Awesome. Well, Ty Horrocks, you played for Boise State, correct?
Yes, I
Awesome.
did. Mhm.
So, being a former Centennial player, going to Boise State, and now coaching for Borah, what does Boise lacrosse, how does that have an overall impact on your life?
Yeah, I think it means a lot to me. Obviously, I'm coaching now, but I started in fourth grade, so I started playing in fourth grade, TVYLL. Did the whole middle school league as well, and then played in high school and then college and back at Boise State. It means a lot. I love to compete. I love the game of lacrosse. I joke with everybody how I got into it. I was a really aggressive kid growing up, and I went and saw a lacrosse game, and it's like, hey, you can hit somebody with a metal rod, and it's legal. Sign me up. So from then on, that's kind of how I did that. I started playing then. But it's integrated into my life. I'm coaching now, and I really love it. So
Awesome.
yeah.
What excites you most about this group of Bora guys heading into this season?
Yeah, I mean, we're a team of gritty players. We love to compete, so I'm really excited just to compete in every game that we play. And that's what we're looking forward to most. Yeah, just
Awesome.
competing.
You guys want to add on to that? What are you guys really looking forward to this season?
Yeah, I mean, as Ty was saying, definitely the competition. I think we definitely have a really solid group of guys this year. We got a lot of older guys ready to give it all their last season.
Yeah, I think we have a great team culture. All the guys get along super well. We're all best buds. We have a great time competing against other teams.
Bryant, being one of the anchor of Bora's base defensemen and being trusted with top matchups every game, how do you prepare for that responsibility coming into the season?
I just got to make sure I don't get in my own head. That's been sort of a challenge for me in the past. I'll make one mistake and I'll let it get to my head, get really frustrated, and that just happens to everybody. So I just got to let those go and know that going into all my matchups.
Titus, you've learned all state honors in multiple positions. How does that versatility help the defense?
I mean, it helps a lot, especially man down situations. It helps a lot to be able to switch down to base defense from LSM and also eases up some of the middies, being able to take wing reps for LSM. Just makes it so we're able to do a lot more on the field.
Question for both of you guys. What does being fundamentally sound mean to you as a defenseman?
I mean, I think for me, for sure, is footwork. That's probably the biggest thing. I think if you get tripped up in your footwork, you're stepping over your own feet, you're gonna get beat every time. That's definitely the main thing, keeping your stick positioning right.
I think patience is a big one too, not jumping at, if they're baiting you, you just don't jump at it. You wait for them to come to you and make a move into your stick.
Coach, you guys made a big jump from going 4-7 to 12-4. What changed most inside the program to lead to that?
A lot had to change. From how we start talking to each other. I think it started there, just what our expectations are as coaches. But we asked a lot. We asked a lot of change from our parents as well. Um, from doing team dinners, right? We're going to do team dinners now. We're going to do community service. We're going to be more integrated as a team and as a unit. It starts at the top and then it trickles down. The cool thing about our team is that we're made up of different schools. So we have Borah, we have Capital, we have Coal Valley Christian as well, and then we have junior high. We have eighth graders on our team. So if we don't have the processes in play to be a unit, then it crumbles. So I think we started there um, and just kind of went forward. So yeah.
Awesome. Give me a little bit of a glimpse into what the off season looked for all of you guys. How did you guys prepare coming into the season? Obviously, heartbreaker ending last season. What did you guys do in the off season?
I mean, I think one of the main things I worked with True this summer. I did a lot of that, a lot of practices, and I went to a tournament in Utah. And then I spent a lot of time doing wall ball, working on my shot as well. And yeah, definitely this winter we've already started practices. indoor, and we're working into outdoor practices this week. Just got a lot ahead of us. We're not trying to see that same upset this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, I worked with Cityside this summer. I went to a tournament in Oregon that helped me a lot. I went to that same Utah tournament as well. And also I watched a ton of film from past games. Not just watching myself, but how the whole team moves, offense, defense, all of it.
So you guys have been clear about the goal. What does winning it all require day to day?
I mean, I think for sure day to day, it's got to be kind of Coach Ty touched on this earlier, but definitely team camaraderie. Like we got to make sure we're talking to each other right, building each other up rather than breaking each other down. It's definitely the main thing.
Um, yeah, just that attitude, that winner's attitude. Winners keep winning. The coaches have implemented that in our practices when we're competing like offense versus defense or like two teams for some drill. Losers might run and the winner should run too. Keep them winning. That's a huge thing.
Brian, as a junior captain, how do you lead from the defensive side of the ball?
Well, I used to I started playing for Borah when I was in 8th grade, and I felt kind of small and kind of scared. And I've learned that I just can't be that anymore. Even though I was an underclassman last year, I still had to lead. I had to um, do my part in the for the team. And as a junior this year, I still the same thing. I might be an upperclassman now, still younger than all the seniors on the team, but I still have to lead.
Awesome. Awesome. Titus, question for you. What lessons from last season's turnaround carry over into this year?
That's a big one. I mean, we made a huge jump last year and a lot more than just our record, but overall, I think what's going to carry over most is our team, like just building up each other as a team, making sure that we're still working together, sharing the ball, getting the ball downfield to our offense, putting it and trusting in our other guys. I mean, we got to make sure that we're not just trying to play hero ball.
Absolutely. Coach,
Yep.
give me a little bit of an insight on what exactly has to go right for Borah to win a title this season.
I mean, we got to score more than the other team, right? I mean, that's just what happens, right? We have to win. We have to put more goals in the back of the net than the other team. In the final game, I think getting to the final game is another thing. We really need to reset. You mentioned a question about last year winning in the state championship, losing in the state championship game. Um, we really just need to reset, right? We do want to keep that momentum from last year and start exactly where we left off, with our first game being Mountain View. Um, I think to answer your question, we need to do the little things right. If we do the little things right, we can get there. We do have the end goal in mind. Sorry, we do want to win the championship game, but we're not going to be able to do that unless we're winning consistently and changing processes when we do lose. If we aren't making those constant adjustments, then we're not going to get there to the end. So, just focusing day to day. Yep, one day at a time.
What do outsiders, people looking outside the program, from outside the program, what do they still underestimate about this team, if anything?
Yeah, I'll talk and then I'll give it to these two. What's underestimated? The whole team, right? Um, our ability to work together and to succeed, I think, is what's underestimated. Um, we kind of changed that last season, right? We still might be underestimated, and that's okay, because we know what we're about. We are about competing every single game, every single practice. We compete in practice, just as hard or maybe even harder than how we compete in games. And I think that that's how it should be. So, um, I think we're underestimated in the fact that we had the lowest number of players on a team last season. I think we ended with 17 or 16 healthy players. That's often underestimated. We don't need 40 to do what we want to do. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of gonna touch on the same thing that Ty did. I mean, we have a smaller team. A lot of teams know that, but I think they always think we're gonna get tired in that fourth quarter. But from the conditioning and the work we put in the off season and during the season, we don't tire out. We just keep going, and I think we're able to kick it in high gear when other teams can't.
We have a lot of new players who have never picked up a stick before. Um, but our mental game can beat the fundamentals of a different team who just doesn't want as bad as we do.
How do you guys turn last season's momentum into a championship run?
I think just getting straight into it. Like we started our indoor practices, kind of winter practices, and those have been good. We're competing just as hard as we were last season. It's like we haven't skipped a beat.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what Brian just said. I mean, I think we just definitely know that we're capable of this now, especially after previous seasons. Now that we know we can make it to this championship, we have no reason not to win it this year. And I just know that we're going to be a great team again.
Awesome, Coach. I'd love to ask just about some leadership traits that stand out in this group.
Yeah, we have a lot of leaders. I think we're senior heavy, so we have 12 seniors on our team so far, out of I believe 19 or 20 registered. So I think just our leaders, and these two in particular, and our other captains as well, um, they set the tone, right? They lead by example. They show up to things. They lead, and they encourage other players to keep showing up. So we have a wide variety of players, like I said earlier, from eighth graders all the way to seniors, right? Um, we want to have that championship level team, and we also have new players. So how do you do that, right? How do you do that in practice? It has to come from the players. These two have done a fantastic job inviting players out and staying positive to keep them around. I think that's really important.
Awesome. You mentioned that you guys have a very senior heavy roster.
Mhm.
How important is having that kind of experience in tight games?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm glad you touched on tight games, because a lot of our games were tight last year. You probably have the stats more than I do, but a lot of our games were determined by 1 goal or less. Uh, m Most of them went our way except for the very end. Um, so I think, when as a coaching staff, when we're wanting to close out games, we rely heavily on our seniors. We will rely heavily on our seniors this year, and we relied heavily on our starters last year. A lot of them were juniors, so we're happy to have the same group back around. Um, I do not want to get in close games, so I hope we don't have to focus on that. That's a goal that we have for this year, besides winning it all, is to close out games with a substantial lead. That's a huge focus that we have. Is gaining a lead and then keeping it is something that our team needs to focus on. But yeah, we rely on them in everything, not just the games, but outside practice, and they represent more than just themselves, and I think they do a great job in that.
So, aside from gaining the lead and staying on the lead, what are some things that as a coach you think need to improve for you guys to get back on top?
We just need to keep going at it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think um, we need to keep our systems in place. We have great systems in place in practice, and we just need to keep going at it. Um, it's I think it's really easy for coaches to look at a season and say, okay, we didn't win it all, right? We failed. Um, there was a lot of success that came from last year that we need to keep that we need to keep going. Into this year. So we're not looking to change drastically. Of course, we'll change things here and there, but really, we just need to keep doing what we're doing, and I know we can get there. So
Awesome. Well, I've been hearing nothing but good stuff. I'd like to get a little bit of a fun question for you two. Give me from the moment you wake up, from the moment the whistle blows, you're playing at home. It's a big game at home. What does your game day look like?
I mean, I don't know, this is kind of tough. But honestly, I think I kind of got to start in the morning. I honestly start from the moment I wake up. I got to make sure I'm relaxed. That's one thing I get in my head a lot. I kind of struggle with some of that, like anxious, especially when we're at home. And I got to make sure that I'm just keep a clear mindset. And then, especially throughout the game, once we get to like the quarter breaks and stuff, I mean, I start getting tired and I start getting in my own head, beating up on myself. But especially like what Bryant was saying, and really got to focus on that mindset and just making sure that we're winning.
Yeah. I usually try to eat a lighter breakfast. I don't want to eat anything too crazy throughout the day, make me feel sluggish or anything. But especially during warm-ups, I play better when I'm having fun. So especially me and Titus, we don't want to be too serious when we're warming up. We like to stay loose, goof around, have fun. And that really translates throughout the game, I think.
Awesome. What kind of music are you playing throughout the day? Are you more of like
Ooh,
a rock and roll, or are you bumping some young boy trying to get hyped?
yeah,
Like, what do you listen to?
I got a little bit of everything to be honest.
Okay.
I mostly some rock though. I really dig that, but yeah, definitely some rap in there too.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think I get a little rock in there. I get a little bit of Foo Fighters in there.
Okay.
Then I get a little bit of Frank Ocean in there. I got to calm down a little bit
There you
before the
go.
game.
Calm the nerves. Awesome. Well, both of you guys being, some of the staple defensemen, what excites you about this defense heading into the season?
I mean, one thing that excites me, I've been playing with these guys for I think 4 years now. I've been playing with Bryant for five. I don't know. We played in middle school together. It's been a long time, and we got like Coach was saying, we got a senior heavy team, and our whole starting defense is seniors except Bryant now. So we got all upperclassmen, and I mean, I'm ready to go. We're ready to go, and we're just gonna be. I think we're gonna be one of the best defenses in the conference.
Yeah, I completely agree. Our defense hasn't changed. The people on it hasn't changed very much since last season. We love being physical. We love hyping each other up in the game. Um, yeah, we're dogs.
Awesome. One last question for you, Coach.
Yeah.
Leading by example, how do you help set the standard for the rest of the team being a younger coach?
Um, yeah, that's a good question. I think connecting with our players is important, whether it be through music or joking around with them. I think that's a good way to connect with them. But there are also clear boundaries that I have. I am the coach, right? I do have to set that example. Um, in the games that especially, right? If there's a call that I don't agree with, being a player, being a coach, um, I have to act accordingly, right? I have to set that tone, or else that bleeds into everybody else, and you don't want that in our team. So I think it's just keeping that in mind, that everyone's looking at each other for how we react to things, whether that be positive or negative. Um, and truly, when it comes to coaching, um, something that we're focused on is just staying positive. So, 60% of what we coach should be positive. It should probably be 80-20. Rather than focus on the negative all the time, we're really going to focus on what we're doing right and how we continue setting that tone for our players. So,
Awesome.
yeah,
Well, hey, I think this was super productive. I got to learn a lot about you guys, so I appreciate you guys coming out here today. I'm going to be rooting for you guys this season. As Borah enters the season with momentum, experience, and championship expectations, aiming to finish what they started last year. Thank you guys, and good luck this season.
awesome. Thank you so much.